If you're new to the 1R, then you'll know there is a choice of loads of accessories, but who'd have thought you'd also have a choice of 3 different batteries? Well, which one is best? Well, in this video I'm going to help you choose, so let's get straight to it. The Insta360 1R comes with the standard battery, so the simplest and cheapest decision would be just to stick with the standard battery. Why would you want to overcomplicate things? And there are a number of benefits to using the standard battery other than just saving money. The standard battery allows you to use the standard mounting bracket that comes with the 1R and the cold shoe bracket, which is an additional cost. With the standard mounting bracket you can also use the lens guards and the new 360 ND filters from Freewell, both of which clip onto the front of the mounting bracket. And the camera with this setup is also waterproof. The reason why choosing batteries even becomes a question is because once you start shooting you soon realise that having one battery is actually inconvenient. It only lasts 50 minutes and you take the risk at some point of missing out on something important because the battery dies. So this is when confusion can set in, because you look to get a second battery and then you realise that there are 3 different batteries to choose from and you don't know which one is best. You'll see the vertical battery, and the vertical battery does exactly that. It allows you to stand the camera vertically. The vertical battery was designed for the aerial mod and it is also designed to be used in the dive case with the 360 mod. If you're desperate to hold on to the design of the 1X, or you just prefer to use your camera vertically, then you'd also buy the vertical battery for this, because you can use it vertically on a tripod and you can use it vertically on a selfie stick. The vertical battery does have a larger capacity than the standard battery, so in theory you should get more than 50 minutes runtime. When I tested it I didn't get much more than 50 minutes record time, so even if there is meant to be a bigger capacity, I'm sure that the record time is actually quite negligible. The other misconception using the vertical battery is that the stitch line will be better because you're using it in a vertical position like the 1X, but that is not the case, and the stitch line is exactly the same as when you're using it with the standard battery configuration. And this is simply because the lenses are the same distance apart in both setups. Another 3 disadvantages with the vertical battery are that you can't use the lens guards, you can't use the mic input, and it's not waterproof. There's also an additional cost with the vertical battery setup because you'll also need the bumper, which holds everything tightly together. But even with the bumper, it's not recommended that you use this setup as an action camera, because any impact may result in the camera falling apart. To assemble this battery together with the camera, you also have to remove the memory card door. So if you're switching between the standard battery and the vertical battery and you want the standard battery to be waterproof, then you're going to have to keep switching the memory card door to make sure that it stays waterproof when you're using the standard setup. So there could be a lot of messing around if you're switching and changing between the vertical and standard battery. It's also really expensive. It's something like $59.99 for the battery and then an additional $10 for the bumper case. The third battery is the boosted battery. This battery fits into the camera in the same way as the standard batteries, so there's no reconfiguring to do. It has an integrated GoPro style finger mount, so you can attach it directly to any GoPro mount or use an adapter to attach it to 1/4 inch screw thread. The runtime on this battery is huge. I recorded for 144 minutes without stopping on one single charge. This battery does have some negatives, but not as many as the vertical battery. You can't use the standard mounting bracket with this battery, which means the camera isn't waterproof. And it also means because you can't use the bracket, you then can't use the lens guards or the 360 ND filters. The standard mounting bracket also holds everything tightly together, so without it, it's not recommended that you use this setup for extreme action shots. You can buy metal mounting brackets from Ulanzi for both the vertical setup and the boosted battery setup, but you still can't use the lens guards or the 360 ND filters. And of course an extra mounting bracket is another additional expense. The boosted battery is priced in between the two, the standard and the vertical battery, at around $49.99. So are you confused yet? Well, let me tell you the setup that I use. So my main battery is the boosted battery, and I use this every day for the majority of the stuff that I film. And then I've got 2 standard batteries, and they are my backup batteries. But you could have 1 standard battery as your backup battery. So you'd have your boosted battery as your main battery and a standard battery as your backup battery. So when the boosted battery runs out, you use the standard battery, or if you're filming some action shots and you need to use the mounting bracket or you need to use the lens guards, then you can use your standard battery. I don't shoot much action stuff, so for me the boosted battery is perfect. It just goes on and I love it. I think this setup is a great compromise on price, but also it gives you the best of both worlds because you can shoot action and you can shoot ordinary video as well. The vertical battery I think is unnecessary and it's just an extravagance, unless you need it specifically for the aerial mod or specifically for the underwater dive housing. As well as what I've said, you do have to take all of the limitations into account based around what you need and what you want for your everyday use. Let me know your ideal camera setup that you use, and if you want to watch a more in-depth review on the boosted battery or the vertical battery, then you can watch these two videos next. My name's Rich, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.